evening, everyone. This is Financial Literacy 101. The biggest questions that most of you have, especially if you are an investor, you've probably been watching the news how British pounds have decreased to one of the lowest in history. I think the lowest is probably around, compared to the US dollar, the USD, down to $1.04. At one point in time, the British pound, for every British pound, that will give you essentially $4 American. If you had two British pounds, that would be $4 American. You have one British pound, that's $2 American. So for every British pound that you have, that equals to $2 American. That's why, a lot of British people can come to America and splurge and have a great time with their finances, because for every $1 that they have, they double it just by coming to America. And just imagine them vacationing inside of Africa, the Caribbean, and Asia, where their money is not only double, but it's triple and quadruple. But now the British pound is close to the American dollar. So for every British pound, it only equals $1.07 of the USD. So this is astronomical. And the one question is, should you be investing in British futures? Should you be buying British pounds? Now, before I answer that question, let's break it down. So futures are a type of derivative contract agreed to buy or sell a specific commodity, asset, or security at a set future date for a set price. Futures contracts, or simply futures, are traded on futures exchange like the CME Group and require a brokerage account that approves to trade futures. So basically, you are investing in the currency of another country, like Great Britain, or the UK rather. Whoever deals with the British pound, let's just go for Great Britain. You're going to be investing in their currency. You're going to invest in their currency, whether it increases in price or decreases in price. Now, when we look at the current amount, the current value of the British pound, we see that it has been changing rapidly. It plummeted. It absolutely dropped. And as we look at the trajectory over time, the question is, does the answer lie within the metrics? Does it lie within the numbers to show you a trending analysis in order for you to invest, in order for you to get a great return, a return of your investments? That's what we're really looking for. And as you can tell right here, we're at CMEgroup.com. And we're just looking at some basic numbers here of the current price of the British pound. Okay, let's continue. Now, when we look at the comparison here, family, the numbers are depicted for each country and how their currency are operating, how their currency value is either dropping or increasing. I'm blowing this up for you guys. Now, the UK is the dark blue line, which is at the bottom, meaning they have been performing poorly for quite some time now. And did you know that the light color, kind of turquoise, is at the top? That's Japan. And then US is burgundy, Germany is light blue, Italy is green, France is pink. That makes sense that France is pink. But anyway, as we're looking at this, ours has really bounced back ever since the recession of 2008, 2009. As you can tell right here, family, the world economy dipped during that time. Anytime American economy performs badly, so does other economies. But again, you're like, if the British pound is worth more money, then chances are, it's like any other investment, that it would bounce back, right? That's the question that you're probably asking yourself. So without looking at any other numbers, what are some tall tale signs that the British pound will increase, or the British pound will stay stagnant, or the British pound will decrease in value over time? One great indicator that the British pound will not bounce back is the death of Queen Elizabeth II. Okay, that shows a real unstable economy when one of your monarchs die, believe it or not. It's just like if one of our major components of our political government die, we will see a lot of changing and transformation within our economy when it comes to the currency of America, the stability, okay? But we can go a step further here. Now, as I'm looking at my portfolio, doing absolutely horrible, but back on the British pound. Now, the news has been everywhere. Let me show you this very quickly. The news has been everywhere. British pound plummets a record low against the dollar, okay? So we come down here, we can read all this, blah, blah, blah. I've already done it for you. But it says, see, the plunge of nearly 5%, I'm right here, family, just above 103 came during trading in Asia and Australia on the Monday and extended at 3.6 dive from Friday, sparing predictions that the pound could plunge, okay, to party with the US dollar. It recovered slightly as European traders came online, rising back to $1.07 against the USD, against the American dollar. What's so significant here, family, is that I believe that the British pound is going to continue to plummet or continue to drop or stay stagnant. And I do not believe, in my opinion, that is a good idea for you to invest in these futures. It's not a good idea for you to use your hardworking money to go buy a British pound, banking on the fact that it's a possibility that it goes back up, because the numbers don't lie. And we're going to get into the numbers here, family. Okay. So as I'm looking at this timeline back from 1980, the British pound was against the US dollar up to $2.41. So for every one British pound, that will equate to $2.40. So let's just round it up. You know me, $2.50. So if you were working overseas in the UK and you was getting paid in British pounds, then the chances are you will come over to America. Let's take, for instance, $100,000. You will have $250,000 when you converted your money back to the USD. But as you can tell, this very simple timeline that CNN has displayed on their website, that over the course of time, it has fluctuated some, but it's never really bounced back since the 1980s. If anything, it has been decreasing over time. And I do not believe this is a really good investment. Now, back in 2007, we understand that the world economy was in a recession because they're interconnected with America. So everybody was coming out that recession and they were doing financially well. But ever since 2007, you see that it has been decreasing significantly in the value of their British pound. It dropped down to $1.41 in 2009, the recession time frame. Then it bounced back up to $1.70. And ever since then, it has been on a trajectory of decreasing in value. Okay, now we can absolutely take out 2020 when the pandemic hit everyone. But ladies and gentlemen, it has not bounced back. If anything, it's been decreasing in price. See, the thing about this, when you look at a timeline so significantly, that when you're investing in futures, if you're going to invest in these futures, aka options, that it will decrease in price, chances are you have made a lot of money. But if you're thinking right now, because headline news, the British pound is closer to the dollar, you think you're going to get in at a low amount and that it's going to skyrocket. There are some other things that you need to be thinking about. So what's occurring right now? There are a lot of Caribbean and African countries. They're now emancipating themselves from the Commonwealth of the UK. Now, take it. There are some countries, and I have no idea why, there are now, I don't know the right terminology and words, but they're making King Charles their sovereign of their state. I have no idea, but long story short, there's more Caribbean and African countries that are emancipating themselves from the Commonwealth of the UK, because we need to understand this is how this is how the UK increased the value of their currency, because they had all of these melanated countries supporting their pound. Now that people are leaving the Commonwealth, the only thing you have seen are the metrics showing that it's been decreasing in price, because now they no longer have the backing of their resources, the backing of the currency within those countries. So if countries continue to leave United Kingdom, the Commonwealth, then chances are the British pound will match the dollar one day, or will be worthless essentially compared to the USD. So my thing is, first, I'm not going to invest in this because numbers don't lie. Number two, I'm not going to invest in a country where they have stolen resources and colonized these melanated countries. So I won't be investing in that as well. So I'm kind of two-sided with this. The reason why I won't invest, but a lot of times I will invest because sometimes dollar makes sense. But in this case, there's just too many metrics. There's too much information for me to go and invest in a dying currency. Now, you guys may disagree, but I can tell you this: if you're not investing that the British pound will continue to decrease or stay stagnant, then chances are you're going to lose a large sum of money. Now, we know that current times in the market worldwide, that the market has been doing horribly bad because of everything that's going on. I mean, you still got lingering COVID-19. People are still getting vaccinations. You have the war in Ukraine. You have the politics in America. I don't want to go deep inside of another video, but the politics in America all playing a pivotal role of how the economy is responding to this. Now, when I look at my portfolio, family, and I'm just looking at the past month here, I really haven't been doing that well. I'm down $2,800. And if your portfolio, your 401k, your 403b, your IRA, traditional Roth is anywhere close to this, then chances are you investing in the British pound. Chances are you investing in British futures. Your portfolio is going to look worse than this. Okay. I just kind of want to give that quick note because I know a lot of times when information comes out, you want to respond and act and invest very quickly, because in the stock market, that whole terminology that time is money, not just you working on your job, not just you putting in extra hour, getting overtime or double time. This actually makes sense to me not to invest. I mean, again, I'm two-sided with this, meaning on one side, the numbers don't add up. Number two, just the historical history of Great Britain and the UK, how they've done certain countries. I'm definitely not going to invest in that. Do I want them to continue to be powerful and rich? Hell no. All right, let me see what you guys are saying. I see we got Focus William. Good evening to you. We got Jermaine Anderson. Thank you, brother B1. And if you're not subscribed to Financial Literacy 101, where I do financial insight and political commentary, then I'll have you to subscribe and give this video a like. That's pretty much what I have for you guys. I saw this information. I had to jump on it. So family, please don't waste your time. Please don't waste your money in investing in the futures of the UK as well as the British pound. I'm out.